You know that feeling you get in a conversation? When you just know there's something else going on. Like the actual words are just the tip of the iceberg. Well, that's what we're diving into today. This incredible skill, this art, of hearing what isn't actually being said.
Check out this quote. Most people hear words. Highly intelligent people hear motives. Just let that sink in for a second. Does that hit home for you? Have you ever been listening to someone talk, but your brain is totally focused on why they're saying it?
So that's the big question, right? What really separates just hearing the words from understanding the real motivation behind them? Let's break it down.
First up, we got to get a handle on this basic difference, because it's not just about listening harder, it's about what you're listening for. This lays it out perfectly. On one hand, you have hearing words. That's all about what's literally being said, the surface stuff. But hearing motives? That's totally different. That's about the subtext, the unspoken stuff, the real reasons driving the whole conversation. One's the what, the other is the why.
Now, this isn't some kind of psychic power or magic trick. It's a real, actual cognitive skill. It's called pattern recognition. And it's all about seeing the connections, the design in the chaos, where other people might just see a bunch of random information.
Okay, so if it's a skill, that means we can get better at it, right? So how do you actually do that? How do you build this habit of hearing more?
Reading between the lines really comes down to a few key things. First, you've got to sense those super subtle shifts in someone's tone of voice. You know what I mean. Then, it's about catching those moments when their logic kind of wobbles or takes a weird turn. And the foundation for all of it? That's your emotional intelligence. Your ability to tune into the emotional frequency of a conversation.
And here's the thing, it's a proactive skill. You're not just reacting to words after they're said, you're actually anticipating. You're connecting the dots and seeing where things are headed, sometimes even before the speaker consciously knows it themselves. It's pretty amazing.
Now, while anyone can practice this, for some people it just seems to be second nature, and there's a really cool neurological reason for that. It all comes down to the brain's wiring.
The term we're looking for is hyperconnectivity. Think of it this way. For a lot of people, a thought is like a train on a single track. A leads to B, which leads to C. Simple. But with a hyper-connected mind, one thought doesn't just lead to the next one. Nah, it's more like a spider web. One thought sparks 10 others, all at once. Connections, memories, feelings, possibilities, all firing at the same time.
And get this, for some folks, this isn't just a thinking style they learned. Their brain is literally wired differently to make this happen. This wiring gives them this incredible natural talent for spotting patterns and connecting ideas that seem totally unrelated to everyone else.
Okay, so we know the science behind it, but what does it actually feel like to think like that? What's going on inside that multidimensional mind during a regular conversation?
All right, let's play this out. Your coworker says something simple, like, "I'm fine with a new project plan." That's the initial thought. But instantly your brain makes a logical connection. Didn't they just complain about their workload yesterday? Then your emotional intelligence kicks in. You make an emotional inference because their tone sounds tight. You run a quick pattern match. This is exactly how they sounded the last time they were quietly resisting an idea. And boom, in a split second, you're calculating a future possibility. This person is going to be a problem on this project. All of that happens in less than a second.
So you see, it's so much more than just thinking from A to B. This is a complex, almost holographic way of processing the world. It's like running a completely different operating system in your head. So, I'll leave you with this question to think about. Go back to a recent conversation you had. Maybe today, maybe yesterday. Can you think of a moment when you felt that little flicker of insight, when you sensed the real motive hiding behind the words? When was the last time you heard what wasn't being said?